Sandy, can you hear me? Yay, okay. I have no idea what happened. Like, I literally didn't do anything. I don't know. It's just me. I have the touch, I guess, that turns it off randomly. So what I was going to show you guys is the way that I do my, I'm putting it right here so you can see, the tender touch. So I round my corners. So see how they're all round? And then I just put that on there like this. So I have to make sure, because I took it off, I have to make sure the rough side is going down and the soft side is up. So I just make sure. See how it's round like that? So that's what I do. And then I just grab my Teflon sheet. And I have heat transfer vinyl and I have embroidery vinyl on here. So what I do is I don't want to heat it too much because of the embroidery vinyl. So I just go a little bit and then I'm going to reheat it in the front. So what I've learned is that the embroidery vinyl will bubble up a little from the heat, but then when it dries and it's not super hot anymore, it'll be fine. But you still don't want to do it for too long. But if you guys haven't heard me say this before, I keep my heat press at 315 at all times. I don't ever change it. It's always, the only time I ever change it, let me back up. The only time I change it is if I do, and I always iron the end, is if I'm doing screen print transfers, then I change the setting to 375 and I take off my Teflon sheets. These Teflon sheets just come straight off and then you can put them straight back on. And it's the same way on the bottom. They just come straight off on the bottom and then you can put them straight back on. These are linked in my, not description box yet because I just started this new live, but they are in the other one if you are interested in them. I get them on Amazon and they aren't that expensive. And I've had them since I've had my heat press. So probably for about 3 to 4 years now. And I've never had to change them. Every once in a while, I will get a little bit of like, I don't know, residue, I guess. And so I clean it by taking this Cricut scraper and I just lightly go like this, and you can see that like little gunk coming up. I do this every day, and I actually take a microfiber cloth and I just wipe it away. And that's because I use my heat press for everything. I don't use an iron. I use my heat press. So I always want to make sure it's nice and clean. Okay, so we don't have everybody back yet. Yeah, Nikki, I posted them on my description box of a few videos back. So I'm trying to, as I get time, upload or update each of my description boxes and put them all in there. How good are the transfers going sale-wise? They're literally the simplest things ever, and they're not that expensive. They range from about $1.50 to $7, I think. $7, depending on the colors you get. But they're amazing. Like, they sell really good. People love them. I can show you. Like, I have them right here. They're all in here. But like, here's one that says, what does that say? They're like upside down. Sassy Little Soul. There it is. Sassy Little Soul. It's backwards. But they're just literally, so that one's black and white. So that one was probably like $3. But I have other ones that are in here that are colored. If I can get them out. So like this was a Valentine's one that's red, and they come out really, really bright and pretty. This one is like one of my favorites. It's super pretty. It's bright. You can't tell, but it has like blue, green, yellow, red, like all the rainbow colors, but like just I don't even know how to explain it. Super pretty. But it says bring on the sunshine. So that one has sold a lot. But she has so many different designs that you can get. But here's the shirt that I just made. So now I need to take, I don't have a number 5. So do you guys want me to show you, since I'm on my phone, how I take my pictures? Because I need a picture of this shirt. Oh, you want to see the shirt? Your shirt you made me? Okay. Let me see. I'll lay it out right here for you, where you can see them. Can you see that okay? They look perfect, Carmen. I don't know if the lighting is okay. And here's the other one. Can you see it? They look so pretty. Well, I guess my boys wouldn't think pretty is a good word, but they're super cute. Okay. Yes to pictures. Looks good. They look amazing. You did so good. So these that Carmen made me are in vinyl. So I had her well, she had this design for girls, but I have boys. And so I asked her if she can make me boy shirts because I'm a boy mom. Well, I'm a girl and boy mom, but my 2 little ones are boys. And so her hubby had the idea to put the little popcorn up here, which I thought was so cute. And I wanted to change the mom to blue because I'm a boy mom. So she did that for me, and I think they turned out so cute. So I got a short sleeve one for my older boy and a long sleeve one for my younger boy to match. So we're going to take pictures. So we all like to support each other, and honestly, I would have bought the shirt anyway because it's so darn cute. And I love me some movies. So I'm going to take you guys over here. I'm going to grab my shirt. And I'm going to show you how I take my pictures. Don't mind my messy garage. This is my shipping station over here if you guys haven't seen. I have to unbox all this stuff over here, so maybe I'll do a video on that. This is where my photo booth is. So this is how I do it right here. This is the magic right here. This is just a old table that I had that I don't use, and I just set it up. And I always make sure my place is, so these are I got these from my son. I always tell them do not put anything on my photo booth, and they do it anyway. These are all my back supplies that I use, or just like random stuff. So I'm turning it on right now. See how bright it gets? You always want, if you're doing lights like this, you always want 2, 1 on each side, because the shadows, if you have only 1 light, it'll have a shadow around the whole thing. So if you have the 2 lights, then it just helps with that. So I actually made this. This is just paper from Amazon. And this is foam board. And so I just taped it like a present. And I put it, I hang some of my things up here when I do photos. That's when I do my bibs and stuff. I hang them up there. So I use this to hold it back so it doesn't fall forward. And I just make sure that this is like completely lined up right here so that you can't see, you'll see how you can see like a gap right here. I don't want that. So I just make sure it's completely lined up. And I'm going to set you down. I can't actually take the picture because I'm on my phone, but I'm going to show you guys. I'm trying to figure out where to put you. I'm going to put you on the side over here. Give me 1 second. I'm rigging you guys up over here so you can see what I'm doing. So don't mind the background mess. Okay, so what I do, if I were to take a photo, I just make sure this is nice and clean. I usually have like a duster over here. I don't know where it went. I think I took it. My first picture, I always lay down like this, and I don't want it like super flat. I always like puff it up a little bit, move it around, make sure it's like just puffed up a little. I always like the waist to be singed in because it just makes the shirt look cuter, I think. And so for this particular shirt, I would probably use this one. I always want a green in my photo. Greenery is always good to have. So I just always make sure it's like laying the right way. Like this, none of this is going to be in the photo. So I just kind of work with it. And if it doesn't lay the right way, I just use this wire, because this is wire, so you can move it whichever way you need to move it. So see, now it's laying right. And I always want it kind of on the side right here, because when you crop it, it looks really pretty, because you're going to be able to see this sleeve, and then you're going to be able to see like a little bit of this, because I always like it sideways. And then you can, I have like a bunch of different like I have this one that says my name, it's being on bliss. Sometimes I stick it like on the side right here, which is really cute. I have like a rainbow. I have a never grow up one. I have a good vibes one. I have a love one. I have a bunch of hearts, like different size hearts. I have a small love one. I have like these little feet for boys, and I'm sure, I hope you guys can see all this. I have like this one that says wild, it's super cute. So I don't know what I want to use. I also have this like really big like wooden one or leaf that sometimes I'll just like stick out the top. I'll put it under the shirt and have it just like stick out the top. I won't use the whole thing. When I wear pants, I take these little shoes and like put them on the bottom or on the side or like whatever. I have this little thing right here that I can use sometimes. It's just like a little thing that if I don't want to use like that, I'll just like put this in the side instead. I don't know, I feel like the greenery just makes it pop, so that's why I like to use green. Sometimes I'll throw in a little teether if I want that, and I just have them laying around so that I can just use them. I have a bunch of stuff, you guys. They're just everywhere. But I have, this one is super pretty too. I have like this little like bear if I want, or a horse if I want to use that. I have like this really pretty thing, but it doesn't really go with the shirt. I think that one goes best with the shirt, so I'm going to stick with that. I also have like this really pretty one. So I just go to like Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby, and I just get like random stuff. I have these flowers up here, I'm sure you guys can see hanging down. I'm going to use a heart one because there's hearts on the leaves right here. So I'm going to go ahead and use like this heart one and probably a dark heart like that. I'm just going to do that. And I'm not going to take the picture right now because I'm not, you guys are on my phone, but if I were to take the picture, I literally just put it right here, flat. So say this is my phone, and I just go right over it. And I use the 1x1 square that's in my setting, and I just take a picture. And then my next picture, I would fold it. And I always be mindful of like where the name is. And I just like make it nice and pretty, like you would when you're packaging it. Make sure I get all the lint off. I use my lint roller, get it all off. And I would do it the same thing. I just scoot this up forward a little bit, just like that. Kind of angle it however I want it. Kind of like that. Move these however I like. And then the same thing, I just take a picture. If I don't like the angle, I can move it a little bit, take a picture. If I need to like, just like angle this a little bit more, if I crop it and I only want like that piece in there, you just move it around like that. That's how I do it. So that is how I do my pictures. You guys just got the lowdown. And these are the, I don't know that name, HPUSN or USA or something. I don't know. I have them linked in my description box, I believe. Okay. I think I need to plug my phone in so it doesn't run out of battery. But I'm going to sit down and chat with you guys for a second if you guys have any questions for me. Let me grab a chair. Let me come over here. Because I need to sew some stuff if you guys want to stay and watch me sew some stuff. Ugh. Super close to my face. Okay, baby fever. Hi. It's really hard to read these on my phone. I should have my computer up, but I don't want to ruin it. Mom, you need one that says, I am the movie mom. That would be so cute. See, I'm doing the eye thing again. Sorry, guys. Thank you. It's a huge garage. How big is it? Oh, well, it's 3-car garage and then an RV garage. So I don't know. No idea. Yeah, I went to Hobby Lobby and I got that fun dip for my son for Valentine's Day for his class, so he can do that because we're there. His teacher's still letting him exchange Valentine's cards, but they have to be prepackaged and we have to give them to her so she can give them to them. So it's a little bit different this year, but still at least they get to do it. I feel blessed that I was able to be your first order. I was super duper excited to buy those from you. I kept telling my husband, I actually told him what they were and he was super excited too. He's like, oh, they're gonna love those because they love movies so much. So we should all get movie shirts from Carmen and I'll wear them on my live night. That would be fun. Although I can't see you guys, but if you guys say you're wearing them, I wish there was a way to like post pictures in here. Does it cut like the serger? So if you want, I can like just do like a sample line on there so you can see what it does. I make mostly hair scrunchies and I struggle with getting photo setting. Tomorrow I have a huge photo shoot session. So if you guys are new here, I have a bad eye. So if you see me blinking like that, it's because I can't read out of that one eye. But yeah, I literally used to put down over there in the back on the ground. I would lay out a piece of vinyl that I had and I would take my photos on the ground and I would struggle with lighting and everything else. And then I finally figured out this setup. I don't even know how I figured it out. I just was like, I'm so tired of like getting on the ground and bending over and like trying to like straddle my product so that I can like figure out the different angles and stuff. I just like was over it. So I just wanted it like kind of like my cutting table, like waist height. That way I could just kind of take the picture. I could see what I was doing. And when you hold your phone up like this, you can see like what you're taking a picture of. So it's just so much easier. And then the whole lighting thing is just so easy too. Aw, thank you, Kimberly. When did you buy it and what did you buy? I think I remember writing you your name. The sewing videos. Yeah, I love doing those. Do I use my regular serger thread or do you use stretch serger thread? I just use regular. This is what I use right here. Every time. I never have changed it. It's the Gutermann. You can get it at Joann's. I get it every time. Although I've gone literally I have two I have two threads left and I'm kind of freaking out because I'm already needing to replace this one. I run out of threads so fast on my serger, and I've gone 3 times to Joann's in the last week. Like since last week, I've gone 3 times, and they're completely out. I was able to get one, and Hobby Lobby doesn't sell that kind, so I'm like, I don't know what to do. I looked online. I don't have. So I might just have to try a new kind, but I'm nervous about it because I know that this one works for me and I don't want to have to try a new kind. Thank you, Maria. Yeah, do a different color. That blue is actually perfect. It's literally the color of my son's eyes, so I can't wait to put it on him so that I can see it. His eyes like pop so bright blue when he wears blue. So also I've noticed when you're on your phone and you're trying to read the comments, they disappear. So that's why I keep doing this, scrolling up, because if I don't touch it, then they go away. Okay, let me go through these questions really quick, Rose, and then I'll get on there and I'll show you. So the cover stitch machine does like these right here, like on your, see those double lines? And then it turns like this on your clothing. And then like, not this, but like on the bottoms of your shirt, like right here, it does those. And then the serger does like your side seams, like in your shirt right here, your side seams on your clothes. So that's what the serger does. The cover stitch does the hems of all of your outfits, basically. The cover stitch, I think it was around 400 something. I can't remember. I think this one was like 300 to 400 and the cover stitch was a little bit more, if I remember correctly. Yeah, oh yeah, bunny romper. Photolite box, it's fantastic, but it's so huge. It barely fits anywhere. I love the LED on it though. Yeah, I have a small light box and I used that for like my bibs and burp cloths and stuff, but I just wanted something I can use for everything. Like I can fold my rompers, I can fold my rompers, I can fold my leggings, I can even put my headbands on there because I want the same aesthetic on my Etsy site. So that same background, just different props, but that same background, I want to change all my photos and have just that. So if I want my headband on there, yeah, it's just a small product, but I can crop it so it won't be this huge thing. I'm a huge fan of cropping. I don't like a whole bunch of background showing. So if you look at my Etsy, you'll see that like all my photos, you can see a little bit of the background and you can see a couple of the props that I use, but mostly it's the product because I want them to be able to see up close the product. And you can feel free to look at my old listings. I haven't changed or been able to like change all my photos out yet. So if you look at my old listings, some of those pictures are pretty embarrassing for me because they are way different than what I have going on right now. But this is a work in progress. Like if you when you're first starting, it's hard. I mean, you just start somewhere, and as long as you're starting somewhere, don't give up, just keep going, and you'll eventually, like me, 3.5 years later, now I'm going back and saying, okay, now I need to redo those photos. And what I do is just write a list of what I want to redo or what I need to retake photos of. Like I've actually like taken a bunch of listings off of my shop because I don't want them on there anymore. Like I said before, my bibs and burp class I only do for the local shop that I'm in store with now. I don't have them on my Etsy shop anymore or my website. But when I add new products in, like this, like Easter print, this is new. I didn't have this last year. This is just a new print because I do seasonal prints. And so I added this and I don't have a picture of it yet. So I'm going to add a picture of it. like the shirt I just did tonight. I don't have a picture of that because the only one I have up is actually the sample that I did about 3 or 4 months ago. So I'm going to take a picture of the one I did tonight and post that. So it's literally a work in progress. Like, you just one step at a time, and don't overwhelm yourself with, oh my God, I have to have it all right now, because literally it'll happen. Just let it happen. Ride the wave. Let it happen. Aw, she's gonna love it. It's so cute. I love it so much. I haven't actually tried. I think I've tried Maxi Lock, but I feel like I feel like maybe I thought it like shed too much. I don't know. Good night, Sarah Ann. Do you have to go through a dealer for that? What brand is your cover stitch? So I have the I'll show you. Let me get my phone over here. I have it plugged in. I'm gonna turn this around. So I have this one. It's the Brother 2340 CV. And then I have, this is my serger. It's the same brand, Brother, but it's the 1034D. So I'll show you really quick. I haven't used this bad boy in forever. I'm gonna, I think, do it this way because it's easier to see. Hold on, I gotta set this up real quick so I can show you. Well, there's really no setting up to do. It's just, you have to make sure you lift these up. I guess I have used Maxi Lock. There's Maxi Lock on here, but see, it like sheds a lot. These are, I guess, so the gray cones are the Toldy locks, which are Gutermann, and Gutermann, I just really like Gutermann. I don't know. It's just the brand I like. These are for my other thing. So I'm going to turn this so you can see what I'm doing. So if you see here, this is a little bit different. There is nothing that comes off right here like other machines. There are settings over here that you can set. I literally have them on the standard settings. Over here, there's just the turn dial. You don't have to mess with that. But I'll show you a trick, some tricks that I do. Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab a piece of paper, or a piece of thread. Not thread. Fabric. It has been a long day. Can you guys hear me when I walked over there, or did it cut out? Okay. Oh, sorry. Check out this website for sewing supplies. Yes, you guys, please hit that like button. I would really, really appreciate it. I'm just reading some comments really quick. Okay, so this one right here, that is linked in my description box. I got that from I Love Big Buttons on Etsy. It is my cam snap press, and I get all these cam snaps from her as well. So yeah, lots of cam snaps. Good night. Yeah, Dawn, I agree. Maxi Lock. I think that's why I didn't use it. It was just too linty. Okay, cool. You could hear me? Okay. Have I thought about trying sublimation? You know, I've been interested in it, but I just feel like I do way too much already, that I am the one who tries something and falls in love with it because I'm a crafter, and what's there not to love about something new? And I just don't have time right now. I wish I had time. I wish I had all the time to do stuff. Okay, so I'm doing this at a really big angle, so I'm almost wondering if I put you on the other side of me, if it might work better. Let me try it and see. I'm gonna put you behind me. Do you like this angle or the other angle? think you can see it better, right? Like this. Okay. So say I'm making a skirt. And you need a hem, right? So the way that I do hems is what I would do. I'm going to show you really quick. I'm going to serge this really quick. So just so I can give you an example, this is what I would do. And this is just the way that I do it. It's not going to probably be the way everybody does it. But say I serged the edge, right? So if this is your skirt, the bottom of your skirt, I serge my edges so that they're finished. And then I take my Wonder Tape and I put my Wonder Tape on the very underneath right here. So see, I can't really hold this up right. So on my Wonder Tape, I'm going to line it up on the bottom of the serged edge, not the top right here, but the bottom underneath here. I put my strip of Wonder Tape. That's how I do it. And then what I do is simply, the Wonder Tape has like some structure to it. So then I roll it over and it just sticks down so that you don't have to fuss with it. You don't have to pin it. It's just stuck there and it washes away in the first washing. So now you're going to have something that looks like this after your Wonder Tape is on there, and it's just going to be a rolled hem, right? So then I come over to my machine, and there's really no good way to say this because on any other machine you can do it, you know, however you want. If you wanted to do it facing up, you can do it facing up, and you can see where you're going. On a cover stitch, if you want the two straight lines on the outside, which is the right side of your fabric, you have to sew it upside down. So the way that I do it is I line it up with the edge. I can feel, let's see, I can feel where this is at right here because it's thicker from the serged edge. So I can feel it underneath here. So, and I also line it up on my line right here, or just wherever you're wanting your lines to be. So I always want and I always start right behind where it goes. I always put the needle down. I always make sure my first needle to the very far left is right before where it meets, where this meets. So the needle is going to go right here. That's how I do it. I don't know if that's right, but that's how I do it. And this comes out to the side. So it's a little bit different. It doesn't come out like the back or anything like that. And you have some on top and some underneath. I don't know. It's weird. I don't really know how to explain it, but, and then you just go. And what makes it nice is that it is super easy with knit fabric. So now it's done. I'll show you in a minute. This is what I do. I just put it away today because I haven't used it. This, my hook. I have a hook. And your tension is up here on the top of your machine. These are your tensions right here. These right here. Where is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I push those buttons down and then I come underneath here where the needles are and I pull, right? And then I lift it up and I come underneath here and I do it again and I pull it out just to about there and then I snip. I know this all doesn't make sense, but it will. And then I come and I grab gently at the very edge and you want to pull back and then to the side. And then you can snip it. And what happens is you lock it. So it's locked now. See, there's a little knot right there. That means it's locked and it's not going to come undone. So then you can snip all of your threads and you don't have to worry about locking them or anything else. They're all secure. Same thing with the front. You just snip them off You can tie them. Some people tie them. You don't have to though. But then look at that. It's literally like where I placed my needle. It's right on the edge. And then that is how it looks. Like that is what a cover stitch does. So that would be the bottom of my skirt or the bottom of my pants or just like this right here on my shirt. That is what a cover stitch does. Did that answer your question? So I don't really use this machine in the winter time very often because I don't make skirts in the winter. So I'm just moving you guys back over here. Any other questions that I can answer for you guys? Yeah, I taught myself everything. Like I figured it out because I couldn't figure out how to, I'm not even looking at myself. I couldn't figure out how to get it locked. So I was sitting there tying each one. I would tie it and I would tie it. And I'm like, there has to be a better way to do this. So I just like kept doing it and kept doing it. And then I figured out that like as I was pulling it, when I first did that, I would rip fabric because I was trying to pull it too much. And so then I realized you have to pull it backwards and then sideways. So don't ever just like rip it off in the back. Pull it gently backwards and then gently to the side. And then that's where it locks. And you don't have to worry about tying it or locking it or anything. Like it just does it for you. How do I do the front? What do you mean the front? So that's just for hemming. Yeah, that's just for hemming. So you don't have to do that. You can literally use your standard sewing machine and you can roll your hem like twice. If you do a 1/4 of an inch, roll it, do another 1/4 inch, roll it, and then do a straight stitch. That's considered a hem as well if you don't have a machine like that. But what makes it nice with one of these machines is it just runs so smoothly. You don't have to do all the ironing and all that other stuff. It just literally like, it works perfect. Yeah, I would recommend a serger. I use my serger every day, hands down, all day, every day. Any, like I said, the only time I use my cover stitch is when I make my bell bottoms, my skirts, and my boy shorts, not my bummies, but my boy shorts. I use that because they all have a hem on the bottom. Or if I do my rompers, I also make these exact same rompers in shorts. So instead, it's the same exact pattern, except with the romper, you have a cuff. So this would be my pants, right? If somebody wanted the shorts one, it would be the same exact pattern. I just would eliminate my cuff and I would roll this up 2 times at about a 1/4 of an inch or a 1/2 of an inch, depending. So hold on, I can't do this one-handed. But say I rolled it, and then it becomes shorts, except for, I showed you guys the wrong, sorry. I rolled it together. So this is what it would look like if it was shorts. I would roll it and I would roll it that way so that the underlining of the roll is like that. So that's what it would look like as shorts. And then I would do those 2 lines on the top right there, and it would just look like more professional. So whenever I do shorts or any summertime stuff, I use my cover stitch. But if you're just starting out, I would highly, highly, highly recommend a serger, because you can do any kind of clothing hands down with between a serger and a standard sewing machine. You can also do everything on a standard sewing machine. Life is just easier with a serger. How to end them, but I can't figure out how to knot the beginning tails. Oh, on the cover stitch. So the beginning one is, it already automatically locks when you first start it. You don't have to lock it. The first, on a cover stitch, the very beginning is already locked. It locks it for you. The end, if you do it the way I just showed you, you don't have to worry about that either. It locks it the way that I did that. Okay, sorry, I'm just reading some messages. Cover stitch is finishing. You can't back stitch on a serger. You can't back stitch on a serger, but what you can do is, like if you watched my live for my headbands, what I do to back stitch, I guess, is I would serge this way, flip it over, and then serge that way. So you're serging over your serged edge. That's how I back stitch on there. Yeah, twin needles. I don't like twin needles. All right, well, I have work to do if you guys want to stay on here and work with me, but I'm gonna have to work and not chit chat so as much. I can still answer questions and stuff, obviously, but if you guys want to stay on here, let me know. If you want me to end this live, then let me know. I'm good either way, but I have these orders right here that I need to work on, so it is up to you all. I know it's pretty late where you guys are, but I'm good with whatever. I'm gonna be out here anyway. But if you have any questions, let me know. So these are the little headbands that I just did on the live. So I make it and then I just put it on here and then I put it back in its little folder that I use. So this, I ran out of my other folders, so I also use these. It's just like plastic envelopes. Yeah, but these are the ones I prefer. I prefer these ones. No. Good. I want you guys to learn something every time you come here. Of course, if you have any other questions, just ask me. I'm always here to answer, at least to the best of my knowledge. Like I said, I'm self-taught, so I just tell you what I've figured out and what I've learned along the way, and the best and easiest way that I've found to do it. I don't know if it's the correct way, but it's just the way that I do it. So I hope that helps. All right, guys, I'm gonna sew. So question for you guys. It's in selfie mode right now. Is the picture clear this way? I know it's backwards because in selfie modes, it turns it upside down or turns it backwards. Does that bother you guys? I can put it the other way, but then I can't see what you guys are asking or anything. So I can pull you guys up on my computer if you want me to turn the camera around the other way. What works for you all? Because I know sometimes it might be confusing if it's in selfie mode and it's backwards. Is it backwards to you guys? I don't know. Yeah, see, it's backwards. Here, I'm gonna go like this. I am just going to figuring out where to put you guys. How's that? This is the struggle, guys. This is what I struggle with, is like where to put you. Because I have so many different things going on. Okay, now I'm back here trying to figure out where to put you. Okay. Is that okay, guys? Okay. Yes, 100, yeah. For sublimation, polyester, the more polyester in the material, the better. So the less polyester, the more dull the picture is going to be. The more polyester you have in your blank, the brighter it's going to be, if that makes sense. So if you have 50% polyester, it'll still show up. It'll just be very dim. If you have 100% polyester, you're going to have the very vibrant colors that you want. So okay, the reason why I'm asking if it's backwards is because somebody commented on one of my videos that I did that, and they were actually pretty rude about it. They said, why, exclamation point and question mark in all caps, are your videos backwards? It's really bothering and it's confusing and making my head spin. So please fix it in your settings, blah, 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 blah. So that's why I'm asking, and I'm so conscious about it because I don't know, that's the first like rude comment I've gotten. And it just really like hurt my feelings because I'm new to this and I say that in all my lives and all my videos. I've literally like just started doing this like a month ago. And so we're all learning here, and to say rude things is just like there's just so many mean people. And it just really hurt my feelings. So that's why I always ask you guys if you can hear me, if you can see me, if the picture's fuzzy, because the littlest things somebody's going to comment on. If my picture's not working or if it's fuzzy, someone's going to say something. So that's why I always ask, because I want it to be good for you guys and I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing and hear me. And I want you to just like not be confused on what I'm doing. So yeah, I was disturbed by that. Thank you guys. I appreciate your support. So I have figured out how to do my videos the right way. So I'm going to put you guys up on my computer really quick so I can see your comments because I have you this way. Right, Carmen? Okay, so here's a test. You guys are actually on the regular camera. I'm going to put you in selfie mode really quick and face you this same exact way so that you guys can tell me if it's backwards or not, because I don't know. So here we go. Is it the same? It's like way closer. Right, I can't please everyone. It's actually not backwards. Oh, okay. Thank you guys so much. I know you can't please everyone, and no matter what I do, no matter what any one of us does, there's always going to be somebody who says something, and you can't let it get to you. And I try not to, but just that comment was just like, seriously, you wasted your time to say that to me, like. But honestly, I didn't even notice until they said something, and then I looked, and then I showed my husband, and he was like, "Yeah, it is backwards, but whatever, just change it and do it better next time." Okay. Okay. Sweet. I'm gonna do it this way then because I can see what you guys are saying. I just have to like scroll up on it. Okay. I already prepped all these. So what I do in the beginning is I do all of my cuffs. I have 3 rompers here, one with a matching headband. They're all different sizes. So the first thing I do is actually grab all the back pieces and I serge them and then I put their tags on because I want to know those are my tags. I want to be able to see the size, especially if they have the same print. I want to make sure I'm doing the right size for the right order. And then after I put the tags on, I go back through and I serge the rest of the liner, which is the front side of the liner. After those are all done on each one, I go and I do my cuffs and then I flip them all out and then I put my clips on them. So now that they're all prepped and ready to go, before I start, if any of them have matching headbands, that's when I do my headband to match it. And then I do the whole headband because it takes 2 minutes. And then I put it in their envelope. And then after the headbands are done, I go back through and I start with my back pieces and then I start putting the bodies together. So that's what I'm doing right now. That is how I just kind of do the bulk orders. If I grab all my rompers and do all my rompers, at least the ones that are due for that like day or the next day or whatever. So always make sure you have the right sides together. And I know I always say this, but I don't pin. I just go. So I know where the middle is because it's like there's a little tiny slight notch in it. I don't make notches in my templates because I don't like to have a big thing cut out of my fabric. So I just do a tiny little like V on the neckline. And that's how I know. And I'm just keeping my finger on here, making sure that my lines are all matched. Match my corners up right here. And as I'm turning the armpit area is like curved. So as I'm curving it, I'm turning my hand with the machine. If you see me doing that, that's what it's like. I'm turning as it's turning the angle. So I'm just kind of turning it with it. I cut my ends. I know this is probably Like you sound like a broken record because you guys always watch me do the same thing. Cut my corners. But there's new people on each time that haven't seen me do it. That's why I repeat myself, because they might not know what I'm doing. So I just lay it down and match up the front liner with the back, or the front liner with the front piece. Now I do have to be mindful of this thread. The needle threads don't run out quite as fast. They last longer. So I don't have to like watch it. If it were one of these two, then I would have to watch it. But it's getting low, so I just keep an eye on it every time. I never let it get to gone. I always change it before it's gone because I don't want to have to go through and rethread the whole thing again. So I tie it off. Kind of like your embroidery machine. You can tie it off like that. They say you're not supposed to, but I do it anyway. It hasn't had any issues. There's a lot of things you're not supposed to do, but you can't follow every single rule, right? Okay, so do you guys like my live better on my phone or my webcam? Be honest, because I need to know. So also, here's another, if you guys use candles, all of these random things that I keep stuff in are candle holder, or they were candles, and I clean them out. I put them in the freezer and I let them freeze, and then I literally just stick a knife in it and pop it right out, and then I just use soap and water, rinse it out, and I use them all for, they're everywhere. That's what I use for my supplies. And they're glass, they're not plastic, so they're like better quality than like little containers that you would get at the store. And you've already bought it because you bought the candle, so it's kind of free. Not really free, but you know what I mean. So right here, I'm just connecting the two body pieces now. Always be mindful of your edges right here, and then making sure that not one is getting shorter than the other one underneath the feed dogs. Sometimes they like to grab it underneath fabric and scoot it along faster, so just always make sure you're holding it so that it is even. You don't want one pant longer than the other. Now I'm doing the crotch seam, which again, I just have a tiny little notch in the center that I'm making sure I'm getting in there, because if you don't get it, you will leave a hole, and you don't want that. Once I get to the center, I make sure that my ends meet. if you're wondering why I don't continue on after doing this side to the other side in the same way, if that makes sense, is because I like all of my serged edges to look exactly the same. So the front side looks different than the back side, and I want all of the front side to be all on the front side and all of the back side to be all on the back side. So I sew down this side, and then I sew the crotch area, and then I sew down this side, because that way this look of the seam is all the same. I hope that makes sense. Because yeah, I could do down one side and flip it over and go down the other side and have them go straight down. But then one seam would be facing up and one seam would be facing upside down. And that's fine. It's sewn the same exact way. There's no issue there. But I just like it symmetrical. With my tails, I cut my tails off on the bottom. I leave these here because I tuck them in. Obviously, if you've watched my videos or my lives, I always tuck all of my strings in on the parts that they need to be tucked in, because I don't want them coming unraveled after they're washed, and I just like it to be secure. So you don't have to do that because it's fine, but I just like to double check, double secure myself, I guess. I don't know. The last thing I want is a customer being like, oh, the seams came undone. Okay, any questions? I'm gonna look at some comments really quick. Hi, Nita. Courage for sure. I was so nervous to do these. I'm not as nervous anymore. I'm a little better just because I know all you guys now. It's pretty much the same people mostly, and so I feel like I know you guys even though I don't know you guys. But so it's gotten easier for sure. Videos are still awkward for me, but Pia, you're so sweet. I'm about to do a sample on your shirt too, so I'll send you a picture. I'm just reading comments if you're wondering what I'm staring at or looking at. I know, Pia, go get some sleep. Is she still here? Yeah, I did. I am very honored to have all the subscribers that I do. I don't know how I got that many so fast. I really don't, but I'm really grateful for it. Good night, Sandy. Thank you for coming and thanks for staying so long. Get some sleep, girl. Love you. And I'm curious, what is your favorite projects to sew? Yeah, I want to know too. Aw, Pia, you don't have to do that. Thank you so much. You like the phone better? Okay. Phone. Okay, the phone's actually easier for me. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Pia. You are amazing. This is the perfect viewing. Okay, awesome. I'm still reading all your guys' comments. This is how many I miss. Okay. Notice that you're not cutting the fabric. How do you manage to not cut the fabric? Okay, so if you've watch my other lives, I don't think I've said it in my videos, but I don't ever use my cutter. I make my own patterns and I put the seam allowance in there. So I've just trained myself to have the seam exactly where I need it to be, and I do that every time, and I never get it messed up. Um, well, I won't say that. I mess up just like everybody else. We all make mistakes. I didn't mean it that way. I just meant I have trained myself to put the fabric where it needs to be to get the seam to look nice. Um, so I don't use my cutter. I haven't actually uh, figured out the cutter to make it look as nice as it does without the cutter, if that makes sense. So I just don't waste my time trying to figure it out because, like I said before, I've already figured this way out and it looks good to me, and I haven't had anyone complain about it. So it looks professional, it looks nice, and why would I sit here and try to figure it out if I already have one way figured out? So you can, that's why they give you the option to use it or not to use it. Most patterns you have to allow for a seam allowance, but because I make my own patterns, I just make it that way. So I don't have to allow for that, if that makes sense. So I don't ever use my cutter. I'm taking note of that. I figure it out tomorrow because I tried making PJs for my daughter and it was all sorts of not the right size. Here's cut. Okay. You guys are talking to each other about stuff. I know Nita and her husband are up all night, every night. You guys, they work a lot. Never would have known you just started doing lives. Yes, Rose, I just started doing lives. Carmen, when did I start? I think I've only been doing lives for less than a month. It's not been very long. I live in Arizona. I normally go to bed. I stay up pretty late too, but probably not as late as Nita. But when I'm working and working and working and I'm trying to like get my stuff done because I can't let my orders fall behind because clothing takes a while to make. It's a little bit longer than other things. Because I do clothing, I do the embroidery, I do blankets, I do teethers, I do all sorts of stuff. And so I try to do the different departments like on certain days. I try to like rompers one day, leggings one day, embroidered shirts one day. I do blankets one day. I just kind of want to do an embroidered shirt tonight because I haven't done that on a live with you guys. So I just wanted to do something different. But yeah. Oh, you can remove it? I just turn it off. I don't use it. How many hours do you spend in the shop working? Okay, so here's the thing. I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I have my kids during the day and I only have a babysitter on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Um, but even though I have her, I feel guilty because I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I always feel guilty. So I'll come out and work, but then I go back inside and I come in, I go in and out, in and out, in and out all day long. So I really don't get that much accomplished until nighttime. Um, so I put my kids to bed at 8 and I come out here and I start working by 8:30. That's why my lives are at 8:30 because I put them to bed, I come out here, I get situated, and then I start working. And I probably, most nights when I'm working, I don't go inside until midnight, between midnight and 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, I stay out here pretty late, um, because I like to do the orders, package them, and then in the morning, I'll usually print out the packing slips, because I don't like to print out my packing slips until I'm actually going to take them to the post office, because then I don't know, you run into problems where they're like, oh, well, it says it shipped this day and I haven't got it yet. So I always just make sure I print out my packing slips the day I'm taking them. So if I were to print them out like right now, but I don't take them until like tomorrow afternoon, that's like a whole, like 3/4 of a day that is just sitting there. So that's just me. I don't know. That's how I do it. So I stay up pretty late. Over a month now. So over a month I've been doing lives. Yeah, I did my 2021 goals was like one of my first few videos. 3 a.m. this morning, I'm going to try and get my kitchen clean, and I have a few orders, then I'm going to bed. Yeah, so yeah, back to that. So I have my sitter on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'm like in and out throughout the day. I get some things done, but I mainly just prep for what I'm about to do. Like, I cut my patterns out for the orders that I have that need to get done. And then like, I put my stabilizers on my rompers and just basically prep everything I need to do. And then I'll come out here and work. I pretty much come out every night at 8:30, between 8 and 8:30, and I stay up pretty late. I have been, like, this last weekend, I took part of Saturday and all of Sunday off, because I'm trying to take all of Sundays off to spend with my family, like, as a family day. It was rough because I took yesterday off completely. Like, I didn't even look at the computer or anything. And then I woke up this morning and I had like a whole bunch of new orders, and I just feel like lost and behind, because just taking that one day off like puts me way behind, and I just don't know how to balance it. So I don't know. I'm also really scared because I'm about to launch my new website, and I don't know. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. My brother helps me, but he's not always going to be here. He's about to move out in like 2 weeks. So he helps me cut a lot. And what he'll do is, like, I'll have him cut. And then what he'll do after he cuts is put on the, if you guys can, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a square right here of poly mesh stabilizer that I use for the liners, like all the shoulder straps, just to give it extra durability. And so he does those for me and stuff. So those are just like tedious things that take time, and like just like loading like my labels and just stuff like that. There's the little stuff that like has to get done that takes time. So he does that stuff for me. But he's leaving in 2 weeks, and I'm about to launch my new website, and I'm like freaking out because I don't know how I'm going to do it all myself. So I don't know. Deep breaths, deep breaths. All right. When I start talking, I don't stop talking. I was very productive. I think not the last live, because the last live was a tutorial, but the one before that, I got a lot of orders done. Today, not so much. You just have to go slow over those big seams in the middle. Because if you go fast, you could potentially break a needle because it's so thick. I do that a little bit because on the smaller ones, I stretch it like that a little bit just so that I can get, because it's so small right here and this is so big, I don't want to stretch it too much while it's underneath here and pull the needle. So I stretch it a little bit beforehand and it helps me. So see, now that I stretched it a little bit, it's not as hard to get there. Take my needle out. I always make sure my seam is laying the right way that I want. Make sure that they're all even. You have 3 layers. At all times, you want 3 layers. So we're coming up to this bulky seam right here. Just give it a little shove and go slow. So whenever I'm doing a round, like when I do my nursing pads, they're round circles, and a lot of people don't know how to serge a like sphere. And so like where I end off my chain right here, if you were to cut that, you wouldn't be able to, I mean, you can see it's a little bit darker because it overlapped a little. I always overlap it because that locks it in. So I don't have to necessarily tuck this in. I do just because it's me and I'm weird, but it's already overlapped, so it's already secure. But when you're doing a straight line, you can just come off of it. But when you're doing a circle, I go like this. And then what I do is I twist my wrist at like a, I guess 90 degree angle. Yeah, 90 degree angle. And then I go backwards. That way it kind of like takes it off, if that makes sense. I'll have to show you guys what I mean. It's hard to explain. But I do that on my nursing pads because it's literally a circle. And if I were to just like come right off of it, you'd be able to see this part like hanging off. So I don't like it. I taught myself that too because I did not like the look of it. I'm like, how do I fix this? Like, I don't like the way it looks. So I just did it over and over and over again, and I finally figured out how to do it. There's one. I guess I already did half of this one earlier, but I don't remember. Always make sure underneath here is clear because you don't want to serge over anything underneath here. So see, now what some people do is they got done finishing that, so what they would do is come over here and serge straight down this side. But instead, I go right here because I just ended right here. Now I'm going to move over to the crotch area and do the crotch area. And the reason why I keep moving it all around is because I don't pin, so I just make sure my fabrics are lined up at all times. If you see me like doing this, it's because I'm moving it over to the edge. Or if I like go underneath the fabric right here, I'm pulling it. And I always hold it right here. And go. Now I just finished this piece, so then I'm literally just going to pivot and turn and put this underneath here and do that whole straight line down. It's like a whole routine. Is this really loud? Because my earbud is right here. So are you hearing how loud this is? Is it bothering you? The reason why I pull it like this is because I don't want it to get all bunched up in there, and then I have to like pull it and it gets stuck, and it's just, I want it to come down nice and smooth. Okay. Do you guys have any questions? How do you do your packaging? I started an Etsy shop and I'm confused on the shipping prices. So it depends on what item. My packaging, like for these clothing, if they do like a outfit, so say they got like a romper or leggings and a headband or some sort of outfit with a onesie or whatever, anything with like 2 or more items, I give them a box and I wrap it. It's really pretty. Like I put the scrunchy paper in there. If they're doing an embroidery shirt, I just put it into a clear bag, usually the bag the shirt came in, and I'll put it into a cardboard envelope, usually the one that I get from the post office, priority mail, because I ship them priority. And then I'll put it into a poly mailer, just a decorated poly mailer, make sure I put priority on it, because I don't like the priority envelopes the way they look. I think they're ugly. So I just like to decorate it. My packaging is like literally my desire. Like I don't know if desire is the right word, but it's my passion. I just love making it look pretty. I love making it, but I want to present it pretty. So even though I'm doing it in a bag, I still want it to look nice. When I ship out my like nursing pads, it's just literally in a clear bag, but I still want it to look pretty. So I do like a wrap around it. I put it in the bag. So like when they open it, like if you tear open an envelope from it, when you get anything shipped to you, you can see like before you take it out, you can see what it looks like. So I was just like place them in there really pretty, put some, like scrunchy paper in there. That stuff you can get off of Amazon. I get like a 2-pound bag for like $10 and it lasts forever. I'm on my second bag, but my first bag lasted me so long. So super inexpensive, just a good way to make your presentation look good. Stickers. I get my stickers from Vistaprint. I use thank you cards. I use two different kinds of cards. I use a thank you card with my logo on the back, and then I have a place to write a note on there. I have another card that has like my care instructions on it. I have packaging videos that you can go back and look at so you can see like the full lowdown on how I do it. Hope that helps. I do free shipping on my Etsy, but I added into my price. It's not that expensive. If you're doing priority, it is a little more pricey, but I only do priority on certain items. But for my shirts, I just do standard. Well, not all my shirts, but some of my items I just do regular shipping, and it's like $3, like $3 and change. So it's not that expensive. Yeah, Nicole, if you're still here, I have 4 kids. I forgot to mention that. So one of my older daughter is in high school. My younger daughter is in 7th grade, and then I have a preschooler and then an almost preschooler. So my preschooler and my 7th grader are at home doing virtual learning right now. They actually go back to school in like 2.5 weeks. They've been homeschooling the whole time since COVID. My high schooler has been actually back in school this whole time. So I have one in school, I have 2 at home, and I have one about to be going to school. So it's just been a lot. It's been hard trying to manage like work and like spending time with them and helping them and everything. So yeah, I do certain things for my business because I can't do this alone with 2 babies. Yeah, it's really hard. Yeah, I can do a live on how I make my own patterns. So do I pre-wash my fabric? I think you said that you don't once before, but I can't remember. I do not wash my fabric. I use all organic fabric. I wanted to actually mention this because I don't think I've ever mentioned this before in any of my lives or videos. All of my clothing fabric, like what I'm making right now, anything to do with my clothing, like my shirts, not my shirts, my rompers, my leggings, my bummies, my skirts, my pants, my short, anything like outfit wise is organic cotton knit. Um, any other fabric that I use, like all these bins that are full of fabric, are for appliques. So like all of my embroidery stuff, anything that has to do with embroidery, I literally get that fabric from Joann's, not Michael's, actually some Michael's has fabric, but not the one by me. But Joann's and Hobby Lobby. Mostly Hobby Lobby. I like a lot of their cottons. So it just depends. Like I get stuff from both places. So all of my clothing I get from Spoonflower, and it's the organic cotton knit. All of my embroidery shirts, anything to do with that, I get my cotton from Joann's or Hobby Lobby. All of my needles I typically get from Joann's. Sometimes I'll pick them up at Hobby Lobby, but most of the time I just grab bulk at Joann's. All of my thread I get at Joann's. I just use the Gutermann thread, and I just get, when they have their buy 3 get 2, I get a bunch of them. So that's pretty much where I get like all my supplies. Actually, my needles, my thread, and my cotton fabrics for embroidery and sewing I get at those stores. But my outfits and stuff I get at Spoonflower. Hope that helps you guys. I do not pre-wash. I do not pre-wash anything, like literally nothing. My minky, my faux fur, minky I get at Spoonflower, faux fur I get at fabric.com. I don't pre-wash anything. 0 zip. I don't care what anyone says. It's what I do. I feel like it doesn't look new anymore. It's not considered new if you pre-wash it. There's too many allergies that I want to deal with. I just, I never ever have pre-washed anything. What I did in the beginning was I made my outfit or whatever I was going to make. And then I would wash it for my son or daughter, whatever I was making it for. And then I would see the outcome of it to see the shrinkage and so on and so forth. And then I would consider my pattern from that. If it shrank, however much it shrank, I would make my pattern, I would adjust it to that, if that makes sense. And the fabric that I get doesn't shrink that much. So in my descriptions on my website and my Etsy, I note in there, your item is true to size after the first wash, so that they know I do not pre-wash, and that if they get it, it's going to look, it's going to look quite large, but after they wash it, it's going to shrink to their actual size that they ordered. So I always make a note of that in my description, telling them exactly that. So one lady messaged me because she got her a romper as a gift, and so her mother had gifted her a romper, and she said, it looks very large. I don't think my mother ordered the correct size. And so we went over sizing and all that other stuff. I asked her what size does the daughter wear, how old she is, what she measures, all that stuff. And I told her that her mom did buy the correct size. It just looks big because it's not pre-washed. I did tell her, go ahead and wash it, try it on your child, and if it still doesn't fit, send me a picture. Send me a picture so I can see it, and we'll go from there. I will accommodate at that point, but I was very hopeful and very, I just knew that it was going to fit him because of the measurements that they gave me and the size that they were in and wearing and how old the child was. I knew that my size was right. And so she did end up messaging me back and saying, thank you so much for being, so willing to work with me on this. But the outfit does fit her, and you were correct. It was true to size after the first washing. So just always know that if you're transparent with your customer, they will be transparent back with you, and everything will go smooth from there. Unless it's just a mean, greedy person, which there are out there, and you have to be mindful of those too. But just always be positive and give them your full attention, because that's what they want. But just be your true person and be kind. That's all you have to do, is be kind. And if they still aren't kind back, then that's on them. But you can walk away saying that you were nice and you tried your hardest, and that's all you can do. I've fortunately never had to deal with anyone like that, and I'm so sorry for anyone who has. But if I ever do run into that situation, I just know what I'm going to say. And I've said everything I've ever wanted to say to you guys on here and how I feel about things. So you just have to be your true self and tell them how you feel. And that's all you can do. Yeah, they're music to my ears too. I probably am so behind on these messages. For my serger, I literally just use the standard Schmetz. I use the stretch needles because all of my material is stretch. So I use these ones. They're 9014 Schmetz stretch needles. They have the gold on the top. That's how I know they're stretch. Like if I ever take the packaging off, I know the gold is stretch. Where do I get boxes? I get my boxes from eBay. All of my boxes are from eBay. I just found the cheapest prices for, I think they're called corrugated. I don't know if that's the right word. But where you can like fold them up. I found those on eBay. Good night, Esther. I don't know. Oh, there you are. Good night. Thank you for coming. You're probably gone already. Okay. I don't even know who's all still on here, but thank you guys all for being here. And please give this video a thumbs up if you have not given it a thumbs up yet. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. I don't even know what time it is. Do you guys know what time it is? Oh, it's 11:30. That's not bad. I thought it was later than that. You know, the one thing I wish when I'm doing lives or whatever is if I could have music on. You're not allowed to have music on because it's copywriting. So I like to work with music. So that's why it's really hard for me to like concentrate. So that's the only thing is like, I feel like I'm talking to myself because it's really weird just talking to a camera. But I'm getting more used to it. But when I come out here and work, I like to jam to my music. And I am a country girl. I know you guys are all gonna probably have your own opinions. But I love country music. It's relaxing to me. I like old country. So I am a country girl. My dad's a cowboy. And I like 90s country. I like today's country too, but I like 90s country more. It's just what I grew up with. It's a tight squeeze in here. So I'm gonna have a new video up tomorrow. And it is a start to finish on my nursing pads. I know I've already done a video on them, but it was kind of just like a go-through video. This one is actually like a tutorial kind of video on it. And I know I always talk about them, and it's because I do not like to waste my fabric because I use really high-end fabric and it's expensive, and I just like cringe at the fact of throwing it away. So I found a way to save it and make money on selling it. So that is why I love my nursing pads, because I get to use my scrap fabrics. And it's also like there's so many different patterns. I don't let them choose what pattern they want, but what I do is put in girl fabric or girl print, boy print, or solids. And they're all organic, so I don't have to change the descriptions on anything. I actually bought, I don't have any solid organic knit like I do all my organic clothing prints. So I actually bought from an Etsy shop organic solid colors. And so, because I can't say they're organic unless it's organic. But I wanted to be able to offer solid colors too, because maybe some people don't want a print. And because I know, like, just for like anything, even with like bras, underwear, anything, like you like solids, you like prints, you like a whole mixture. So it's like I have to give them a variety. I have to give them a choice. So I went out and purchased from a different company, solid organic for the nursing pads. So they get a choice of solids, boy prints, or girl prints. Okay. I have one more. This is my Easter one. If you guys haven't seen him, it's my Easter bunny one. So cute. Okay, so cut these. Whoops. All right, let me see if you guys have any questions. Yeah, you guys are way later than me. I'm 11:30, or probably 11:40 now. 11:45, something like that. I know, but then, Carmen, I would get, like, confused on this and then that, and I don't know. Jam like a peach. I love you so much, Carmen. I don't really know. I don't know all the rules to YouTube. Like, honestly, like, even though I just like started YouTube, I started doing videos and stuff. Like, I paid for Epidemic Sound because it is non-copyrighted music that you can use. You don't have to like tag it in your descriptions or anything. It's literally like you can search and use any music, any instrument, anything, any like sound effect, and you don't have to worry about like getting dinged for it. So I just went ahead and paid the $15 a month. I know it sounds like a lot, but um yeah, it's just a peace of mind to know that you're not going to get in trouble. Carmen, you're going to bed? Good night, girl. What's the waterproof layer? Where do you get it? The nursing pads. The waterproof layer, the waterproof layer is a pool. It is like a polyurethane. I can't remember. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But if you look it up, it's PUL, and it is a polyurethane. I don't know how to say it. But it's waterproof, and I put it in between my fleece and my cotton, my organic cotton, and it just absorbs so that obviously when you're wearing a pad, you don't want to leak. That's the point of it. So it contains it in there. And so I have 3 layers. So I do the outside layer is usually it just depends on how they want to wear it. If they want to use the outside layer as whatever the print is, and then I have the waterproof and then the fleece, and then I just serge the edge around it. Okay. Okay, what does that say? Can you explain more on how to attach the liner to the romper? Yes, I'm about to do that. Let me finish this one really quick. And then when I move over here, you guys are on my phone, so I can move you over there super easily. And I will show you how I attach the liner. It's actually pretty tricky. And I, again, taught myself how to do this because I was tired of it flopping whenever my child would wear it. And so I figured out a way to, I'm sure there's other ways, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, obviously, who's thought of this. I'm sure patterns probably have it in there, but again, because I just like go and make my own stuff, like I don't really pay attention to those things, so I kind of have to figure it out on my own. And so I did, and I figured that out, and I was actually pretty proud of myself when I figured it out. I was like, light bulb went off in my head. I just realized you might have been talking about how I attach the liner to the romper, what I'm doing right now. So if you are, let me know and I'll explain to you. I can show you if that's what you were talking about. So if you were talking about how I attach this liner to the body the way I did it, I just put them right sides together, and I start right here at the armpit corner. So where it comes down and curves, I start right here, and I just sew all the way up, across, all the way down, around the neck, across the shoulder seam, and then back down. And where I come off is right at that corner piece of the armpit. And then that is where you put that's how the liner goes on. And then when they're both like that, you flip them up and you put it all right sides together. So you put the two serged edges, because in the beginning I serged this whole edge right here on both of the liners. So that's where you attach the body pieces. You put the two seams, so like right there, those two seams, if you can see that, are together. And then I just line the two up right there. And then that is where I sew literally from top straight all the way down to the bottom. Making sure that the shoulder seam is out of the way. You don't want to sew that. I think I need to get a bit different tripod so that I can angle you better. I don't know. I'm always trying to think of something new. My husband's like, it's never good enough. other shirts tonight for the live, but I had to message them because I had noticed in the personalization part, the lady had put, because my shirt was supposed to say one deerful. It's the picture that I have on the thumbnail. But in her personalization part where she puts the name and the number of how old they are, she put 1 year old. And she spelt it out. She didn't just put the number 1. She put ONE, year old. And so I was like, I wonder if like she wants me to put 1 year old on there instead of one deer full. So I messaged her and she never messaged me back today. So I couldn't do that one because I don't want to like mess it up for her if she wants it that way. But that one is super cute. Is Nita still here, or are you gone, Nita? Are you here, or are you not here? I don't know who's here. Did you get your serger? Are you sewing? Okay, I'm almost there. So the rompers they're easy. There's just so many steps. So they take a little bit of time because there's literally like lots of steps. But they're so cute. And so they're literally my bestseller. Like I sell so many rompers. And they're pricier, so it's nice. So on the bigger sizes of the rompers, I typically put both of the cuffs on at the same time. But the smaller rompers, the crotch part is like so close together that I only do me just doing one cuff at a time. That's why. But this one is a bigger one, and so it'll be easier to do them both at the same time. It's quicker this way. If they're already just both attached, I can just move to the next one. But with the smaller sizes, it gets in the way when you're up over here. I also work way faster when I'm listening to music. I don't know if you guys all feel that way. Unless like it just like motivates me, I guess. I don't know. Unless I'm watching like a live or something like you guys are right now. But also when I'm watching a live, it's usually like one of my friends or something. And so I'm interested in what they're doing. So I won't actually work. I just sit there and watch it. Or like I'll be sewing, and if I hear something, I'll turn around because I usually have it on my computer right here. And then I'll just like sit here like this. And then I won't be productive. So lives aren't usually my friend when I'm working. I usually watch them when I'm laying in bed at night. So like after I get done working at night, I know it's late, but still like my mind is going from working, if you know what I'm talking about. So I can't just like literally go into the house and shut my brain off and go straight to sleep. I can't do that. So I'll go inside, clean up, get in bed, and then I'll like turn on YouTube, or I'll do my Instagram or whatever, like my Facebook, anything like that. And then I'll usually watch a video, and the video, usually I'll fall asleep after that. So that's like my nightly routine. I just dim my phone so my husband doesn't see the bright light. He used to be like, babe, go to bed. Babe, go to bed. Now he doesn't say anything because he knows I can't just like come in and go straight to sleep. Sometimes I cut this right here if it is like uneven a little bit because I want it to go through straight. So this whole time I've been watching this cone and it's still not ready. I'm just watching it because I don't want it to run out, but it's still good. So every Monday I do a live at 8:30 my time, so Mountain Standard Time. I'm sure this is repetitive for some of you. But so like last Monday I did a live on a sew along. I do sew alongs every other Monday. And then I do just regular lives like tonight on the other Monday. So every other Monday I do a tutorial, and then every other Monday I do a regular live. So I'm trying to upload one video every Thursday. So tomorrow I'll be up, not tomorrow, I'll be working on a video tomorrow. I might upload it tomorrow because it's just a small short video, and then upload another one on on Thursday. But I'm trying to upload one video a week and then one live a week. So that is the plan. And now that I can use my phone, I feel like it's a lot easier, and I can update you guys on the community tab where, like I did earlier, was it today or yesterday? I can't remember. I posted like just a text, like just a reminder about the live tonight. So I hope that you guys were able to see that. I don't know if I did it right. So if I didn't, then let me know. I'm going to move you guys over here now. Okay, so let's see here. How do I want to do this? Let's see. My son was in here when he was supposed to be taking a nap, but he didn't. So he always comes and moves all my stuff around. So this was my first, not my very first, it was my second standard sewing machine. It's just a brother. It is just the Brother Runaway project. It's just my one that I just do my straight stitches on. And like I showed you guys earlier, I have that one over there, my Janome. It is, boop, where's my finger going? That right there. I love that machine. I do my blankets on that one. Here, sorry, I'm gonna push you down more. There we go. Okay. Getting you right up in here. Is that good? Can you guys see that? Or do you want me to put you like back here? So what I do is, you don't have to do it this way, but my tags are right here. So if I'm holding it up facing me, this is the liner. This is the liner that my tags are on. I flip it underneath like this, underneath here. And I'm gonna I always do this side first, and I just line them up. So I take it and I fold it. So this is the shoulder seam, and I just pinch it right there. And then here's where the liner ends. And this is the leg right here, if you can't see that. So I just line this up, And then I take it to the machine. And so what I do, let's see. Hold on, I'm going to turn it around so I can show you. So I line it up on not the edge, but like, so this is the edge right here. I don't line it up on that. I line it up on the inner side of there. And then my needle, I put it at 1. So I put it at 1 and then I move it. My standard one is what is circled. So I don't touch this one. I just only touch the, like, with where the needle moves back and forth. So I'm moving it to a 5, and I always just do it at a 5. And then that is how I do it. So right here is the under piece, and then I just lay it and make sure it's lined up perfectly right there. And then I just stitch a straight line. I back stitch and forward stitch, and then I just do a straight line till I get down here. I go a little bit past it, and then I back stitch and forward stitch, and that's all I do. And I do the same thing on the other side, and it works every time. And I'll show you. I'm going to put you back over here so I can do it. So that's what I'm doing right now. So back stitch and forward stitch. I cut my strings. And then I flip it over because you don't want it to be like this and then it's twisted. So you keep it flipped the same way. So now your liner is on top. And you just do the same thing. I have my pieces right here lined up with my edge. And then you just put it right back underneath. And then sew. Back stitch. And then I'll show you. It like is just in the seam right here. You can't even see it. So like they won't even tell. So see that line right there? You can't even see it. It's just in there. So that's done. So trying to get you a. So now that that's done, my next step is flipping. So I go back and forth with this on whether I sew them all first and then flip them, or if I just sew one and then flip it, sew one and flip it. So it just depends on my mood. So right now, because I sewed it, I'm gonna flip them. And I just do this, and then I take my corner turner, wherever it's at. I think it's over there. Oh, it's right here next to me. This thing. And then I just go in here and turn the corners and see how sharp they come. And I just flip them out without like poking through too hard. But then they're just nice and sharp. And remember, I have the poly mesh stabilizer underneath where I'm at right now. So it is a protected layer right there. So it doesn't make it stiff. So like when I used to use the Pellin fuse tape. I can't remember the name of it, but it was Pellin. And it was a stabilizer, but I would iron it on and it was just more stiff and it was just hard. Like I didn't like it. And so this poly mesh stabilizer is a lot more workable and it's just like soft. Like you can't even like feel it in here, but it definitely gives it extra like stability. So now there's another step. After I do that, I go over and I press it. And then once it's pressed, I do the snaps. So I'm gonna do the rest of these really quick and then we'll go snap. Press and then snap. Do you guys have any questions? Let me look at the comments really quick when I get this under here. I keep all my strings in here and then I just take them and empty them because I don't have anywhere for a trash can over here. Let's see. You're going to open your serger tomorrow. I have to get this kitchen clean and feel inspired to work. When you snip the corners, do the threads ever come undone? No. So, okay, look at my corners. Can you see that? So I don't go, so see that's where it connects right there. You can see where it connects right there. So I go just above it, but not too close because if you go too close, they will snip or that you will poke a hole. But just right up against that. I have two YouTube windows open. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Good night. Thank you for coming. I know. Nikki, I'm always like, oh, I have to get this. Oh, I have to get that. Yeah, there's steps to everything, I feel like. But honestly, my rompers, there's so much. I do not top stitch these. No, I don't top stitch these at all. I'll show you in a second. I'm going to go over and I'll show you what the turnout is. If you can hang tight for a second, I'm going to finish these. I have one more after this. Yeah, one more. And then I'm going to, once I press them, there's no need to top stitch. Promise. The only thing I top stitch are my minky blankets. I do not top stitch if somebody orders like a front and back sided faux fur blanket. I don't top stitch those, but I top stitch everything else. But not my clothing. My bibs and burp cloths, I do. I feel like it does give them, those items, a more finished professional look. But yeah. I'm going to start making skirts. I already do make skirts, but I'm going to start making my inventory for skirts because it's going to be starting to come spring soon, sooner than we know or sooner than we think. So I'm going to start doing my spring outfits, and then I can do some like cover stitch machine work and show you guys like that stuff. So I'll do that soon. What do you guys want to see a video on? I think that's what I struggle with. I feel like I do the same thing over and over, just because obviously that's what I do for work. So it's like hard to figure out videos. Everyone's going to sleep. Another long live here. But we're on 2 hours. Our other one was an hour. Clothing, gummies, bibs, verb class, everything. How do you do a levy? Yeah, I'm gonna do a video. I kind of did a levy on I think it was my first live. If you look back at my first live, I did a levy on that one. But I'll do a whole tutorial on it, on a video from like start to finish. So see, rompers just take a lot of time. That's why they're more expensive. They're just, I mean, I just finished 3 rompers, I think, yeah. 3 rompers and a headband, but probably in like, what, an hour? I don't know. But I've been stopping and going and stuff too, and talking and all that. So it could have been quicker, but there's just a lot of steps to them. Okay. So I'm going to move you guys over here now. So I'm going to show you. I'm sure you guys have already seen this, but this is what I do. I never iron with an iron. I always press. I always press my stuff. I just feel like it's like way cleaner. I don't know. I just feel like it comes out way nicer looking, just more pressed, clean looking, good finish, professional. You just want to make sure your seams are all, you know, together and not tucked all the way in the legs. So I roll them out. And I just press for a couple seconds. It doesn't have to be for long. Scoot it up. I just do it in sections for the bigger ones. Usually I'll leave the legs, the cuffs off and do those last. because you want to stick your fingers in here and make sure that the seams are all laying flat. Oh my gosh, yay. I love when I get a cuff that has like the perfect print on it. I'll show you what I mean once I press this. See how there's like a perfect little mermaid on there? It's really hard to get like a good print on your cuff because you're not cutting it out that way, and then you have to like sew it and fold it. So yeah. So I don't fold these. Usually my leggings I fold on here and then package them. Excuse me. But these I have to now go snap. So I'll just leave it like that, and then after I snap it, I fold it on the table. But so this is what I do. I finish them all, and then I press them all. And I press every pair of clothing that I make. My leggings, everything. Even my headbands, I use the heat press. I use the heat press for everything. Now this is a smaller one, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure my seams are all laying the right way, nice and flat. Make sure my seams aren't tucked into the legs because sometimes they are. But see how flat it makes it? Like super pressed. Like even these, like after you snap them, it just looks so nice. So I just love the heat press. I'm a huge fan of the heat press. Because look at it now. This is before I press it. It's like all, just like, look at the seams on the edges. Like it's all puffy. Even like down there, it just like, I don't know. They're all puffy. Puffy is the right word, I guess. And then it's magic. I guess I can turn this thing off. This thing's on the whole time. I just always make sure the underneath is nice and flat. I'm always careful with this part because this is like almost the last step before I package it, so I just want to make sure it's good. I'll turn that off because I'm done with it. Okay, so see now, this is what it looks like after it's pressed. See how much flatter, like just how much nicer? Looks so much better after you press it. Okay, I'm gonna see if you guys are questions. Okay. So this is my snap. I'm gonna put it right here. Can you guys see that okay? All right, so I always use the same color. What I do first is, I don't like it this way. I'm sorry guys, I keep switching it back and forth. I just can't see it. I can't see what I'm doing that way. So this one I always use this like little peach color right here. So the first thing I always do, because I work in my garage, it gets kind of not dusty, but just things, you know, I'm in my garage. I have vents. I try to keep it clean, but you can never get clean enough. So I always use these things, are my best friends, and I clean everything off with them before I put my clothes down. I'm just going to get right there. This is like a silicone mat from, it's a Friskers silicone mat that I put down right there. And I always lay my, I guess I can go like this so you guys can see. I lay my snaps down on this so they don't like roll away or anything because it's the silicone mat. So this is, it's called apricot, but this is the color I use for it. Super pretty. I guess it more matches like the ears and stuff. It's just really pretty. So I always get my color out. This is the machine everyone is asking about, and I get this machine. It's my snap press, and then I use all these cam snaps are size 20. So if you guys ever see me post up a live tutorial for a sew along on Monday for the romper, it's size 20. You can get cam snaps anywhere. You can get them at Joann's, you can get them at Michael's, you can get them on Amazon, but they're size 20 are the ones that I use. And then I just use this like Cricut needle. It's a weeder. And then I know, I don't ever measure it, but I always just know that like basically however big this button is going to be, I want it right on the edge. Right on the edge right here of the seam. But I also don't want it like this, because then you have all this extra stuff right here. So I want it to be on the edge of both of them basically. So I usually go about 3/4 of an inch down. I just eyeball it and then I poke. Be careful though that you don't get your hand underneath, because I've done that before and it really hurts. But the reason why I use that stabilizer behind each piece, so it's each piece is 2 layers because there's a liner. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8 pieces of the poly mesh underneath here. So there's 4 pieces on each side that I'm poking through. So it's a little tough, but that makes it very stable when they're taking on and off the snaps when they're changing diapers or whatnot. So that is why I use that. Because again, I taught myself that I needed something there, because when I made my son his first romper and I took it off of him one time, the button tore a hole because I didn't have any stabilizer underneath. So I realized then that I needed to put stabilizer. I always use the male part on the back. This is the one that sticks out right here. Whoops. So this is the male part, and then this is the female part. I don't know if you can see. Let me try to get my fingers out of the way. But this is the female one, and then that's the male one. And so I always do these ones on the very back ones, and then in the front I do all the female ones. And then it just snaps it like right in there. And I always just go straight across the back. That way I don't get confused. I do all the back ones and then I do all the front ones. I don't know who's going to bed, but good night. Thanks for coming. I just saw good night. Can't believe you all are still here with me. I always say, I'm just going to do a short live tonight. right. I don't know how to do a short live. All my lives are like 3 to 4 hours. So prepare yourself. Okay, so there's that one. See how pretty that is with the peach flowers? Not the cam snap press, it comes with everything, but if you want an alternative so you don't have to get like the big one, you can always get one of these. And I got this from the same place I got that, but to begin with, I just got this hand press. And I usually, if I need to go in like the house and I have a lot of like rompers to snap, I'll take this one inside the house. And it's just not as convenient as this one. This one's just way easier and way faster, but you can do it however. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I do. Actually, I can do it right here if it'll let me. I usually just, at this point, take it. I have a certain way I fold it, and I just like lay it down, make sure it's all nice. And then you can see where the liner is. I can feel it. So like the liner comes to like right here. And so I fold it like that. I go like up to here and it automatically like stops right there. And then I bring it back. And this is just how I fold. And then I bring it back up, but then I slant it a little bit like that. So it looks like this. And then I put my tag right here, my care instruction tag. I have a little like strap thing that I use with my card. I'm sure you guys have seen it. Maybe, I don't know. If not, I can show you. But the place I get all this stuff from is I Love Big Buttons, and I have it on my in my links under my description of, I think, the first live that was continued with this one that got cut off, if you were on that one. But it's also, I think, on my last video. I'm trying to go back through all my videos and copy and paste all my links. So this one, I already know what color I use. I pretty much use the same color on, I only have like so many prints, so I usually just use the same color. But the reason why I have all these ones is because I do bibs and burp cloths too, and so my bibs have 2 snaps on one side and 1 snap on the other. So I usually use all these colors because I match them. If that makes sense. So whenever I get a color and I like it, I'll label it. Some of these colors don't have labels, not because I don't like them, but because I forgot to write their color down and I don't remember the color. So I'm gonna have to try and find it or figure it out. Pictures are really hard to tell because the lighting and I don't know. It's always hard. That's why in your description too, you always need to say like a disclosure. Colors may be lighter or darker than they appear or whatever. Like this mustard color that I'm using right now. Sometimes in pictures it looks really yellow. Sometimes it looks more true to color. But that's why I like my system I have with the pictures because it works pretty good with the coloring. And then I can go and edit it in Lightroom and make it look even more real, true to color. But no matter what, when you're taking pictures, it's a struggle. trying to figure out the color. I think I've got it down pretty good though with the photography like setup I have over there. I used to dread taking pictures, but now I don't. I just go over there real quick and do it if I remember. Sometimes I forget. That's the hardest part. And then I get frustrated because I'll send it off in the mail and then I'll be like, I forgot to take a picture of that. And then I have to wait till next time. Because I'm not just going to make like a sample of it. There's this one. So this isn't white. This is like, it's called Noodle. So it's like a creamy off-white color. So I just thought it was prettier than plain white. And so I always do it the same way each time. Fold it, fold it, fold it, and then I do it to the side like that. I wonder if my earbud is going to die. I wonder how long they last. Probably pretty long, but I don't know. If you don't already know, I'm the least tech person you'll ever know. I'm handsy. I know not handsy. That doesn't sound right. I am hands-on person, but I do not do computers, or computers just don't work well with me. I have all of these in containers and I make sure I shut them because you never know when an elbow can hit one or something and then they fly everywhere. So just always contain them. How many we got on here? Still 46 people on here. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you. Hope I'm not boring you. Just trying to get these ready to go for tomorrow. This is actually just how I do it. The perfect routine of what I do on romper orders. I took you right through it. I'm kind of being slow and lazy about it tonight because I'm tired, but when I have music going and I'm in the work mode and stuff, like I can jam these out really quick, but I'm just kind of taking my time. I like to relax and do it though and not like be in a rush. It's more joyful for me that way. And these behind here are where I keep like this is my like headband stuff. And these are where I keep my headbands. So like the headband that I just showed you earlier, that's what these cards are. And then on the back, it has like my information. So I keep those back here. That's what this is right here. If you can see that, the headband card. So she actually got a headband with this order. I like to put orders that have headbands in with them in a box because otherwise they get squished. And I don't want them to get a knot headband that is squished. So if I have to put them in a bag, I will, but I don't like to. Okay. There's that. You guys want to see me pack these up real quick? Thank you, Nancy. Okay. I can do, let's see here. I'm going to put you right here. Put you this way. Hi, Sharon. Welcome, welcome. This is for something else. I didn't print their tags out yet, but that's okay. I'll just do that in the morning like I normally do. So this one is actually going to get a box. So let me go get the box. Put you down a little bit further so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to think here. I'm going to put you over here on this. Look, this is my inventory, guys. Watch. This is the stuff I just got from my store that I'm in. This was my Christmas stuff. So this is all the stuff that I got back. So this is my Christmas rompers. So cute. Christmas leggings. These ones are like one of my favorites. Aren't those so cute? Look how cute those are. I just got done working on rompers and I'm about to package them and then head out for the night because I am super tired. Been on here for a little bit. Hi everyone. Vicky, hi. Going to try to make some for my Etsy store, looking at a few patterns. What are you making? All right, I'm gonna put you guys up a little bit higher right here so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna move you for a second. You guys see that? Okay. Okay. Let me grab a box really quick. So I'm grabbing one of my smaller boxes because it's just a romper and a headband. And honestly, the cost difference, I mean, you're paying for the box obviously, but the shipping is the same. But I like to use a box when I am shipping like anything that's like an outfit. So I just buy these boxes on eBay and they come like this and I put them together. I think I get like 100 at a time. I'm not really sure. Can you see what I'm doing? Little dresses. Aw, so cute. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I grab, sometimes I use tissue paper, but sometimes I just use this like brown crinkle paper that I have. And I just put it in here. I just dropped some. So I'm just going to throw those away. And just spread it out. This is my, you guys, this is my favorite part of my job. I love packing because I want to make it so pretty for them. so that when they open it, it's just like a gift, you know? So I take my time and I just enjoy this part. I always use my stickers I put on here. And I put a sticker on here. So I just do that. And then my romper, I always have these tags back here. Is that backwards to you guys or no? So these are my tags. How would I pack towels? Probably like my blankets. I would roll them and then put them in a box. That's how I do my blankets. So I put these tags on every single one of my clothing items. Even if I can't, like rompers, I tie it around right here. I'll show you in 1 second. So rompers, I put it on the shoulder strap and I put it like this so that they can read it. So I have it around the shoulder strap. If it's a pair of leggings, I don't use this because there's nowhere to strap it to. I just put the circle like down here in the packaging. But I use those for everything because it says, please take good care of me. I'm handmade in the USA for your trendy little one. Please wash on a gentle cycle and dry me naturally. Everything I have says dry me naturally because I want them to last, basically. It's organic cotton, so I just want to make sure. This one I didn't fold far up enough, so I'm just going to readjust to this part right here. I don't ever want the sticky part of the bag to get on my romper, so I am just adjusting it a little bit. So you gotta be mindful of that because the sticky part of the bag, if you get that on your clothing, it's bad news. So you just have to adjust it a tiny bit. And then, because see, like before, this piece was up here more, so I just made it go a little bit lower. Then I put these. These are my leave me a review. Whoops, it's upside down. It says I'd love a review. It also has care instructions. These ones are more geared towards my embroidered shirts, but I use them for everything because it says leave me a review or I'd love a review. So I want them to leave me a review. So I just put that in everything so they can see that. Do that, and then she also got a headband. So over here I have my headband clear bags. So I've already put it on here, and then I just tighten it by going like this, not super tight, but folding it over like that so that it's evenly on here. And then I just put it in here. And I also put one of my stickers on here. Just like that. And then that's how it is. Yes, late night stream. What size are your headband cards? These are just postcards, so they're 4x6. And my, which cards? These bags are also, let's see, 4x6. These ones are probably 5x7. Yeah, these ones are the 5x7 ones. I get them a little bit bigger because I want to be able to leave a little bit of room for the knot. I don't want it to be too tight. So there's a little extra wiggle room, but I like that. So then I just put it in there like that. And then it's already bagged, so I don't have to like put like tissue paper over it or anything. Because sometimes if I don't bag them, I bagged this because this is bagged. I'm not going to bag one and not the other. But sometimes if there's like a couple pairs of leggings or 2 rompers or whatever, I won't bag them. I'll just put them in here, but then I'll put a pretty piece of tissue paper like over it so that it, not that the box is dirty, but if they opened it up, it would just to them mean that I took more care of it in the means of it not getting dirty. So I always put a piece of tissue paper over it. And this one is actually a gift. So when I get a gift, I always print out their card, and then I still write. So these are my thank you cards. It has my name on the back and then my logo on the back. They're just monochromatic. I think that's the right word. And I'm just going to write a little, like, usually I'll put thank you for your order, blah, 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 whatever they ordered. But because it's a gift, I'm just going to say, and this says a gift for you, enjoy. So I don't know like what the meaning is to this gift or anything. I just know that it's a baby romper and a headband. So all I'm going to say is, I hope you love your romper and headband gift set or something like that. I just come up with it as I do it. And then I just give them my business card and hope that they make a future purchase if they like the stuff. So I just put, I hope you love your new baby romper and headband set with a heart. And then I'm going to give them my business card, but I'm not going to put it on top of here. I'm going to put their actual gift card on the top because I don't know. I would think that would be rude to put mine on top of theirs. That's just me. So then I'm going to put that in here. This is my invoice so that I know who this is going to because I haven't printed out their ticket yet. I'm dropping everything. And so I just use a piece of washi tape when I do this on a box so it doesn't like tear the box. And then I just stick their invoice on top of here when I'm ready to print it out in the morning. As I said earlier, I don't print my invoices or my shipping pack slips out until the morning I'm taking them because I don't want them to think I've already shipped it out when I haven't. So these just go inside like that. And then I have, I don't know if you guys can see this over here. This is my tape. It has my logo on it. It's water activated. So I use this water activated feed. And I just push it together. Doesn't seem like it got some water in it right there. So what I do when that happens is I just pull it out and just like rub water on it. I don't think I pull it hard enough. So it has to get water on it in order for it to stick. So then I just do that and then it sticks. But it's like gummed reinforced tape. And so then in the morning when I go to put their ticket on, I just put it right over the overlapped part right there. Then when they get it, it's like a package, like a present Then I just do that so I know like whose order it is. So there's that one. This one is a little bit different because it's only one romper and it's not a gift. So same thing though, I put this on. Make sure it all looks good. I keep my bags in these. You can get these at I think Walmart or Target, one of the two. And they're in the bathroom section and you can stack them. So they're in the bathroom section and I use small, medium, and large. So these ones are 6 by 9 and I think these ones are 8 by 10 and then 9 by 12. So those are how I do it. And then again, I put this card in here. And then this one is actually, so I have a bunch of white bubble mailers, but my rose gold ones I use for girls, and then the white ones I use for boys. So I will just stick that in there. And then I usually, I'm not going to close this up because I haven't printed it out yet, but I just write them. Again, oh, I already got one out, but I use this stamp. I love this stamp. I've used it from the very beginning, and it's just a thank you. Super pretty. And then I love this ink. And I use it every time on every invoice. So it's just whatever you want to say to them, whatever comes to mind. I just like to write a nice heartfelt thank you note because I'm very thankful that they bought from me and I hope that they come back. So I do the invoice, my thank you card, and then my business card on top. And I've already packaged the romper with the circle care instructions and the leave me a review card. So they already have that in there. And then I'm not going to seal this up because I need it for the invoice, but if I were to seal it up, I put my sticker on the back of my packaging, and then obviously their shipping goes in the front. So there's that one, and then this one is going to be the same exact way. So usually if I have a huge lineup of orders, what I'll do is line them up on my big cutting table in the back, and then I'll grab the supplies I need. That's why I like these buckets and stuff. Like this thing has like all of my cards in it. So I'll just take this caddy over there to my big table and I'll just line them up and do a lineup of I have a video of what I do when I have a lot of orders to package. If you're interested in watching that, it goes through the motion. If you haven't already seen it. I have a feeling this one's going to be too high already, so I'm just going to go ahead and make it a little bit shorter before I run into the issue. I could use a bigger bag, but I like these bags. They fit into my shipping bags very nicely. So I try to stick to these bags, and if I have a embroidered shirt, then I'll use the bigger bags for my embroidered shirts. if I don't already have a bag from. So this one is also a girl. So I'm going to put this in the girl bag. Samantha. And so I always circle their coupon because I always give them a coupon. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I always circle the coupon on the bottom and then the, I don't know why I put that back because I need it, and then their coupon code. So this is what I do every time. Circle it and heart it. And then I put my stamp on the bottom. So it looks like this. I already wrote the note. She needs a business card. I'm losing it, guys. I'm tired. But we're almost done. Okay. Invoice. My thank you note. My business card. I love this little thing up here. I don't know if you can see it. This guy. I got it at, I think, Target or Walmart maybe. I don't know. But it holds all my safety pins. Or my paper clips, I mean. There's a magnet in the top. And so when I need to, I just shake it. And then like all the magnets come out. So however many I need. And then I just go like that. And then I just pick from it instead of having to dig in there. I love it. So this one I have an invoice for, so I can close it. And call me crazy because I'm crazy. I know it's sealed, but just because I'm crazy, I tape it because I don't want it to ever have to open. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just weird. So there you go. And then what I'll do is just pin this to this because I need to print her thing out in the morning. And that is how I package. If it's a blanket, I put it in a box and I have like blanket wraps and all kinds of stuff. So I can show you guys that another time. I don't have any blankets right now ready to go anyway. But these are my best friends right here. If you guys haven't seen these, I put all my orders in these, which is what all of those are over here. I'll show you. So all of these are orders. I love these things because they keep me organized. And if I run out of them, I use these plastic ones. So these plastic ones are just like plastic folders that I just fold in right here so that you can't, it doesn't get stuck. So that is what I use. And here's another sneak peek of my fabric. Isn't that so pretty? I haven't done anything with it yet. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna, I guess, call it a night. But do you guys have any questions? Let me look at the questions real quick. Yes, I have a fridge. Where do you get your boxes? I was thinking of upgraded for cutting boards to nicer packaging. Okay, so these boxes right here are eBay. So I get some of them from like the post office too, but like my 2-inch boxes, so these ones are 9 by 12 by 2, these ones right here. And then these ones right here are 9 by 12 by 1.5. And I use these for pretty much everything. I use my 2-inch ones for my blankets and whatnot. So whoever asked me about towels, I would use those 2-inch ones for towels. But these ones I get on eBay and they come in, I got 100 pack, I think. Or they come in, I think they come in 50s, I'm not sure. But I just usually get 100 of them and they come usually within a couple days. I did order these. Sorry, this is my ping pong table and it's a mess because I keep everything underneath of it. But these ones right here I got, they're these ones. So I folded it so that I know how big it is. But these are the ones from the post office that you can get for free. These are the regional rate box A. So when I used to do tutus, those are what I would use. But I don't do tutus anymore. So, yeah. And then I get like these skinnier ones for like teethers. I use these ones right here for like the nursing pads and stuff like that. And then I use these bigger ones. They're like 9 by 12, I think, for like all of my clothing and stuff. And then here, these are the skinnier ones again. And then this water is for my tape dispenser. I just use all of our empty or half empty water bottles and put it in there. These you get at the post office for free. So if you didn't know that, if you're shipping priority, you can get those for free. Sometimes I keep boxes if I get them in the mail and they are really nice and they don't have a lot of stickers on them and they're in good quality shape. Like I'll keep them and reuse them. So these boxes right here, I can't remember what I ordered. I think they had sheet sets in them and they didn't have stickers at all on them. So I can just reuse it and it's a perfectly good box. It looks just like the box that I just used tonight. So I'm going to keep it. These boxes right here are for if people order like multiple sets of my nursing pads. I use this and it fits perfectly in there. It's a really cute one to use, but I have to ship priority with that one. This is just all my stash that I have. Don't look at my mess. I have so much vinyl that I don't even know what to do with because I don't really use colored vinyl anymore. I only use black vinyl. And then this is just all stuff that I used to do. I don't use it anymore. So, yeah. I don't use it. This is all my teether stuff. Boom. So much teether stuff. This is what these are my headband things that I use. All this right here is for headbands and everything. Here's a really cute shirt that I made. This is that Stahl's pattern vinyl. So cute. I love using it. These are heat screen print transfers from Hoop Mama. So these are super cute and easy to do. Super cute. This one I did backwards. I had no idea I did it backwards and I looked at it and I'm like, wait a second, it's literally upside down and backwards. But my husband was like, it actually looks like it's supposed to be like that because of the words. And I'm like, no, I can't sell it like that. I was having an off day. And then there's that one. Super cute. So, just all the different things that I do. I don't know how I always go off on these tangents, but I do. Here are some of the little onesies that I do. Winter Wonderland. Merry Bright. Winter Wonderland. Merry Bright. This is all this stuff back here. I used to do markets. So, like the bags, this whole thing this was my blanket stand. These were my clothing stands. You see my little mannequin. Custom sizes and orders available. Yeah, all these boxes are what I save. So these ones are good boxes that have like nothing on them. And they're just like really thick boxes. Because I'm in a local shop, but it's far. So I usually just ship all my inventory to her. Yeah. I have to go through all this. These are all my, I just ordered all this. These are my business cards. I have all these business cards in here. And then also, yeah, business cards. So these are my business cards, front and back. And then I have a bunch of, what's in here. I have a bunch of my clothing ones are in here. I order them separate. And then these are my, those cards. The ones that have leave me a review. Yeah, same. So I need to put all that junk away. Lots of stuff. Teether stuff. Paper. Lots of teether stuff. Over here I have I keep all my wooden stuff in bags, and here I need to replenish wooden stuff for my teethers. All of my rings and teether stuff. These are all my pacifiers. All my other pacifiers are all in here. So much pacifiers. So many pacifiers. All of my bags for all my stuff. Silicone supplies. And then just random stuff. Beads. All of my beads. They're all labeled, everything. I do metal clips and wooden clips. So I have like a whole other section to my shop that like you guys don't see usually, because I usually just do sewing. But I do a lot of stuff. Like look at under here. It's just like so much stuff back here. I'm like almost like I wouldn't call myself a pack rat, but I have a lot of stuff. So anyway, I'm going to sit down for a second and answer some questions before I get off of here. If you guys have any, let me know. I'm going to set you up over here and try to go through some of these questions. Whoops, wrong way. Okay, live chat. Thank you. It's a work in progress, Eric. It's like, I don't know. You learn as you go. It's a lot. My tape, I think I got it on Etsy. I'll have to look back. I did get it on Etsy. Actually, I have the box right here. Let me look. No, it is called, so see, they packaged it like this. It says splash tapes. I have no idea. I think it was an Etsy shop, if I'm not mistaken. But it says splash, like water, splash water, tapes. And I mean, it lasts, it's expensive, but it lasts a long, long time. And I got 2 rolls of it. I wish those donuts were real too. Trust me, my stomach's growling. Mountain Dew's my jam. Girl, we are soul sisters. I live on Mountain Dew. Dr. Pepper too. Good night, Michelle. Oh, the tape? I need to order some more, so let me know if they're still in business. I haven't ordered any in a long time. I only use it on my boxes, and I try not to ship very many boxes because I try to savor them. But, yeah. She drinks on E. How do I have 47 people that are up right now? It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Probably later where you guys are, because every time I'm on, I'm like 2 hours earlier than everybody. So this table, look at this table, it's cool. This is why I use this table for my sewing machine. If you're getting into sewing, Eric, this table is awesome. It has this little tray that I use. I just keep my tags in it, so I have them at like arm's reach always. Just a couple of them, because I don't really use this over here a ton. But that table is awesome. And there's my little baby boy. Look at, he's so cute. Totally passed out. Good night, Nancy. I don't do gift wrap. So like the one that I just wrapped over there was a gift. And so if I see that they ordered it for somebody and I have as a card or it's a gift, then I will just wrap it really nicely as if it were gift wrapped, but I don't charge for gift wrap because I already do it anyway. Like pretty much if anyone gets a box, I do the crinkle paper and I make it look really pretty. So I don't charge any differently for that. I just do it. It's 3 a.m. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm tired. I've been working throughout the day, not that much today, but I didn't get a great sleep last night. I was tossing and turning all night, and then um and then my son didn't really, he's passed out now, but he didn't really get a great night's sleep either. He's getting his molars in, so he's like up throughout the night, and we just had a really not great sleep last night, and then we were up early, and yeah, it was a rough day. But I love my lives, and I actually just love like hanging out with you guys, talking with you, answering your questions, and helping you as much as I can. But also, like, just love the community and being here. And I'm just getting more comfortable, I guess, talking with you guys and um, just working and showing you guys what I do. And then also learning what you guys do too. And then seeing the same people like every week is kind of cool. Yeah, I've actually like gone back and forth on, because Etsy has, I think, like a gift wrap section. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it too much, but I've heard people talk about it. So, good night, Sharon. So I think I might look into it. I don't know. I would want to change a few things though, because I do lives and I show my packaging and stuff. I wouldn't want people to be like, "Oh, well, she does that anyways." So I would have to change it up a little bit. Good night, Sharon. Thank you for being here. I will see you next Monday. You guys, I do Monday nights are my live nights. Every other week I do a tutorial, and every other week I do a regular live. So I was actually planning on doing more embroidery tonight, but I had messaged the two other people I needed to do shirts for, and they didn't get back to me in time, so I couldn't make their designs. So I'll probably have to be working on those tomorrow. But I always have clothing to make, so I always have something to show you. So I think I'm gonna call it a night. I hate leaving you guys all here, but I think that's the hardest part of a live for me, is that I can't say bye. I just stay on forever. It's just really hard because I keep asking questions. But I hope you guys enjoyed tonight, because I sure did. And I will be uploading a video tomorrow and working on another video. I'm going to film tomorrow because I have a babysitter. So I think I'm going to film tomorrow, upload tomorrow, and prepare my supplies list for Monday. So I'm going to think about it and figure out what I want to do for next week. Think I may do a skirt because I haven't done that in ever on a live, because I just started doing lives. But we're going to be coming into spring clothing here soon, so I might do a skirt. I have an easy skirt tutorial, so that might be fun. So anyway, prepare for that. If I change my mind, I'll let you guys know. But thank you all so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I love you all, and good night. Bye, guys.